You're watching NFL Daily here on Chat Sports. I'm Harrison Graham. He is Mitchell Renz. On today's show, we got AFC Breakout Candidates. Last week, Mitch and Tom did NFC, and today we are doing AFC. Let's start in the AFC East with the Buffalo Bills. Mitch, you're going with Devin Singletary.
Yeah, I like Devin Singletary a lot, entering his second year now with the Buffalo Bills, and I think they have a great defense. I ranked them in my top 5, and this is going to be a team that's going to be predicated on winning with the ground game. No more Frank Gore there. He averaged an impressive 5.1 yards per carry as a rookie. I expect Buffalo to be a good team, and Devin Singletary, he's my breakout candidate.
To make things easy, we'll go division by division here in the AFC. Next up is the Patriots. Mecole Hardman, Mitch, who missed a lot of his rookie year. You're expecting big things in year 2.
Yeah, he was only able to play in 7 games because of those injuries, but he was selected 32 overall in the 2019 NFL Draft. And as much as I think that the Patriots have a great defense, I do actually anticipate their offense to struggle a little bit. But if I'm New England, if I'm Bill Belichick, I'm trying to see what I have in a player like Harry. And if I'm Jarrett Stidham, I actually think Harry is their most reliable option, and I think he's going to see a lot of targets.
Big body receiver, a lot of talent coming out of Arizona State a couple of years ago. We'll see what he brings to the table in 2020. Sam Darnold with the Jets. It's kind of, this is a big year for the Jets and Darnold. Will this be the year that he and the team takes the next step?
And I don't know if they take that next step ever under Adam Gase. I'm not the biggest fan of him. But when Darnold was there at USC, I did like him. He is still very young. And in terms of really being able to take that next step, I do think that this is the year that it does need to happen. They did upgrade their offensive line, as you can see on screen, sacked 63 times in 26 games. It was a big reason why they did upgrade that offensive line. So now we're going to go to the Miami Dolphins here, AFC Breakout Candidates. And if you guys want a t-shirt, you can go to chatsports.com/staystrong. So I have Mike Gesicki, who I absolutely love here. And Mike Gesicki to me is an extremely, extremely talented player. And he's entering year 3 with the Miami Dolphins. Good athlete, good pass catcher. And I don't really know if it matters whether it's Ryan Fitzpatrick or Tua, because Fitzpatrick has shown that he's going to really force targets to one guy if he likes him. And Tua, well, I think we know what Tua can be.
Yeah, kind of had a mini breakout last year, Mitch.
Yep.
Over 500 yards, had the 5 touchdowns. What does a good young quarterback need? How about a reliable tight end? Can Mike Gesicki be that guy moving forward for the Miami Dolphins? Tua is certainly hoping so.
So one of the divisions that's giving me the most trouble, and maybe everyone who's watching right now can help settle this debate, who's going to win the AFC East? So if you think it's going to be the Buffalo Bills, I want you to type Buff. If you think it's the Jets, NYJ. If you think it's going to be the New England Patriots, type NE. If you're going to go with the Miami Dolphins, I want you to type MIA. So who's going to win the AFC East? I want you to let us know in the comment section below.
Next up here on our AFC Breakout Candidates, we move to the AFC North. Jaylon Ferguson, kind of the edge rusher, set the collegiate record for career sacks, Mitch. Let's see what he's got this year.
Yeah, I understand he went to a small school out of Louisiana Tech, but you're going to see a bigger role for him in year 2, and he's going to be kind of shadowed behind a player like Matt Judon. But anytime I see a linebacker with as much talent as Jaylon Ferguson, I'm very confident in a team like the Baltimore Ravens to be able to get the most out of him, because they just have the history, they have the track record.
Especially at the linebacker position.
Especially at the linebacker position.
So we want you to name a breakout player in 2020. Who do you guys think is going to break out this upcoming season? We're doing AFC today, but if you want to shout out an NFC player, you can do that as well. Name a breakout player for the 2020 season. Mitch?
So we're going to get into some more breakout players, but we're going to put this as the pinned comment.
Name an NFC player. How about that?
An NFC player?
Yes.
Oh, boy. NFC player off the top of my head. Let's go with a guy like Michael Gallup. That would make Tom very happy.
John Ross of the Bengals in the AFC North here, Mitch. It's kind of do or die, right? Like, if it doesn't happen this year, he's probably never breaking out.
I mean, he was drafted number 9 overall back in 2017. He obviously has the speed. Has never been able to live up to the hype. I'll say right now the 5th wide receiver on the depth chart, but maybe Joe Burrow can bring some of that magic that he had at LSU. Maybe John Ross is able to stretch the field and kind of just get the career going, because it has been a little bit of a struggle.
I actually don't love the fit, because Burrow's not a great deep ball thrower. But we'll see what happens. Best of luck to Mr. Ross. Next up is James Washington, a player I liked a lot coming out of Oklahoma State. Has done some okay things. Obviously, not having Big Ben last year didn't help. We'll see if he can have that breakout season this year.
That's kind of where I'm at now. So last season he saw 80 targets, and I think he could be around the 100 targets this upcoming season because they are simply going to throw the ball a lot more with Big Ben. And Washington entering year 3, that's kind of really when you see, wide receivers really kind of take that next step as a breakout.
Yeah, him or Deontay Johnson. I think one of those guys needs to break out for the Steelers.
Let's talk about Browns breakout candidate Mack Wilson. And the reason why we're going to go with him is because Christian Kirksey's no longer there, and also Joe Sherbert has left the Browns. So for me, I think that he has a legitimate shot to lead this team in tackles in 2020. And when you really look at way teams think, right, you got to look at what they do at the end of the season. Played in 559 snaps after Week 11. That was second most on the team. That's 2 more than a guy like Myles Garrett. Also about 100 less than Schobert, but still, to me, Wilson, I think, is one of those players that he needs to be able to improve a little bit in the passing game, but he is a solid tackler, and I think that's why he could break out.
Talented player, kind of slid in the draft coming out of Alabama, and we were all surprised here in the draft how far he did fall, and we love the pick by Cleveland. We'll see if he can turn out a big season this year.
One of the toughest divisions every single year is always the AFC North. I mean, these teams really just beat up on each other. So I'm really curious what everyone has to say on who's going to win this division. If you think it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens, I want you to type BAL. If you think it's going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers, type PIT. The Cincinnati Bengals, type CIN. Or if you're going to go with the Cleveland Browns, I want you to type CLE. Keep the votes coming in here. Keep them going. And if you want free coverage, 100% for the next 365 days, the link is in the description. So click that subscribe button. We're going to keep you as up-to-date as humanly possible. 100% free for the next 365 days. Click the sub button, or the link is in the description. We are stronger together. Just always remember that. And if you're trying to get your favorite team shirt, we're going to be able to hook you up here at Chat Sports, chatsports.com/strong. So all 32 teams, all stronger together t-shirts, proceeds go to the COVID-19 relief fund.
Yeah, it's for a great cause. These are quality t-shirts. You go to that link, chatsports.com/strong. By the way, not a bad Father's Day present either. If you want to go with that route.
I bought mine, actually.
Hey, even if you're the guy who forgot, you're like, oh, it's too late. Just pull the whole, I got stuck in the mail trick. Works every time. Chatsports.com/strong. These t-shirts are at a good price right now, and it goes to a good cause. Get one for all of your favorite teams. We'll put that link in the comments and in the description for you guys. Next up is Will Fuller for the Houston Texans. We've seen the talent on display, Mitch. Really, for Fuller, it comes down to whether or not he can stay healthy.
You got talent, you got the speed, and now he should be the number 1 wide receiver for the Houston Texans and Deshaun Watson because, well, you traded away DeAndre Hopkins. So there's plenty of targets to go up for grabs. And Fuller, he has been able to, be a solid touchdown player at least.
Yeah.
I mean, 16 career touchdowns in 41 games. But can he take that next step? Can he be a wide receiver 1? Because he's a free agent in 2021. If he doesn't stay healthy this year, I think he's going to have to find a new team next season.
The Colts breakout candidate is Grover Stewart.
Yeah. We had some jokes because we were like, is this guy even real? Yes, he is a real player. He's in the final year of his rookie contract.
Big fan of his work.
I think, honestly, it was kind of hard to find a breakout candidate for the Colts. And if you're a Colts fan, y'all can yell at me and find me. I'm at Mecole Hardman 365.
You don't think Phil Rivers is breaking out in year 18?
No. So the reason why, though, I have him as a breakout is he's going to be, a starter this season, and he's going to be playing next to DeForest Buckner. DeForest Buckner, that he's really going to open up that defensive line.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I don't know if he's going to be the best player on the defensive line. Actually, I'll say he's not going to be better than Buckner, but Buckner's at least going to open up some things for Grover Stewart, and hopefully he can break out this upcoming year.
Better Grover, Stewart or Cleveland?
Stewart, 100%.
Bad joke on my part. Next up, it's DJ Chark from the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Mitch, I had to call you out. I said, he had 1,000 yards last year. So explain to the people why you're saying he could break out even more in 2020.
So remember, when I think of a breakout candidate, I think of somebody who could actually have a career year. And I think DJ Chark could actually be a player that puts up better numbers than what he did last season. Yes, over 1,000 yards is impressive, but go back and look at his numbers, what he did with Gardner Minshew. I would anticipate all 16 games this year with Gardner. And the Jags, well, you're probably a Jags fan. You might agree with me. They're going to be worse, I think, this season. They're going to be in a lot of garbage points, and I think Chark could see a lot of extra targets. And, hey, more targets, garbage points, I don't really care. If you have him in fantasy, I think he's a great player.
I was going to say, so you're saying draft him in fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the tip of the day.
Draft DJ Chark in fantasy.
Draft DJ Chark. Jonnu Smith, a player I like a lot, Mitch. I like this selection by you. Really, kind of came under the scene last year. Now that he's clearly the tight end one with Delaney Walker out of the mix, I think he's poised for a big year.
And you look at what Tannehill, I think, really showed. He showed confidence in Jonnu, especially, in the playoffs as well. Yes, he didn't throw the ball that much in the playoffs, but to me, Smith is a pretty decent blocker, a very good receiver, and he's very athletic. And for the Tennessee Titans that are going to be a team that's predicated on running the football, you're going to see a lot of tight end sets out there. You're going to see a lot of Jonnu Smith, and I think at a young age of 24, going to be 25, I think he could be a great player that's going to break out this year.
So Jonnu Smith, our breakout candidate for the Titans. Who do you guys think wins the AFC South? This one's always hard to predict, but I think it's even harder now that the Texans have traded away DeAndre Hopkins and now that Phillip Rivers is with the Colts. All I know, Mitch, is I don't think it's the Jaguars, but I do think it's a three-team race.
I think it's a three-team race as well. For me, I'm going to say it's the Tennessee Titans. They come in first. At number 2 is going to be the Houston Texans. Yes, they traded away a piece, but they have the best player in this division, Deshaun Watson. I'm going to say the Colts there are going to finish third, but it's going to be close. I think the Titans could be at 10-6, Texans 9-7, Colts 8-8, Jags, well, probably number 1.
Is there a bigger wild card player in the NFL this year than Phillip Rivers? How he plays will dictate what that team does.
I would almost say either Russell Wilson, because if the Seahawks lose Russell Wilson, they're in trouble, and the Steelers, I would imagine
maybe Tom Brady in Tampa.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes and Chiefs.
Quarterbacks are important. That's basically what we're trying to say. Speaking of quarterbacks, how about Drew Lock? The hype train has officially gotten out of control, but he does make sense as a breakout candidate as he is clearly the Broncos starter moving forward.
I mean, he went 4-1 last year, which is great, obviously. He played in only 5 games. But for me, you look at what the Broncos have around him. I love Noah Fant, going to be in year 2 as a tight end. You go out and draft KJ Hamler. You go out and draft Jerry Jeudy.
Courtland
Sutton's a great player. Deshaun Hamilton's pretty good himself. You have a solid running back core there. The Denver Broncos, John Elway, they are really trying to build around Drew Lock.
Mecole Hardman, our breakout candidate for the Chiefs. Look, I'm bullish on this kid. He's got Tyreek Hill speed.
Okay.
He is right up there with Tyreek Hill. He can flat out burn. I think he's going to get a lot more targets this year. And I think if you're Kansas City, you're not bringing Sammy Watkins back after 2020. So I anticipate Hardman to get a lot more looks, a lot more opportunities. I think he could have a huge season in 2020, and then by the time 2021 rolls around, he's their number 2 receiver. Speaking of the Chiefs and any NFL team, we got masks for you guys. Hey, 2 business day shipping for this. We were back ordered, but now when you order these at chatsports.com/NFL mask, they're going to ship within 2 business days. That's much better than what it was previously, so continue to stay safe. And like Mitch likes to say, look, we all want to go to NFL games. We all want football. If they open up stadiums, you're probably going to have to wear one of these. So go to chatsports.com/NFL mask. They're only $14.99. Not a heavy price to pay if you want to go watch your favorite team in the NFL this season. The link will be in the comments, and it'll be in the description.
Raiders. Let's stick with that. That was a beautiful face mask. Let's now go to Clelin Ferrell, who was selected number 4 overall in the 2019 NFL Draft. He's coming off a little bit of a rough season as a rookie. Had only 4.5 sacks, and 2.5 of those came in one game. But he battled some injuries, battled some food poisoning last year. He added 13 pounds. They say it's all muscle. I don't know if that's humanly possible, but he is up to 275 pounds. I think also the additions on defense, especially in free agency, are going to take a little bit of pressure off him. And so for me, Clelin Ferrell is going to be the breakout player for the Las Vegas Raiders.
Can he give some of that weight to Arden Key? Because that would certainly help him out as well. Next up is Jerry Tillery from the Chargers as we wrap things up here on our AFC Breakout Candidates video. Why do you have Tillery here?
I like Jerry Tillery a lot, and I think when you look at why the Chargers drafted him number 28 overall, he's a very talented player. He played in only 36% of the snaps last year, but for me, you're looking at a guy who has talent but underwent shoulder surgery back in March of 2019 and was never really fully able to recover. I'm hoping now full offseason of plenty of recovery. You have Bosa, you have Ingram, some talented pieces there on defense. I think Jerry Tillery is ready to break it.
So we just went through the AFC West breakout candidates as a part of our full AFC breakout candidates. Who's going to win this division? Maybe I'm biased, but I still think this is clearly the Chiefs division.
I think this is actually one of the best divisions in the entire NFL, right? I mean, the Chargers, I think, could be a team that easily
There isn't a bad team.
That's the thing. Top to bottom, I think the Raiders are much improved. I think the Broncos are much improved. I think the Chargers are there. However, you're chasing down the best team in the NFL that has the best player, the Kansas City Chiefs. It's why they won the Super Bowl. As much as I love the Raiders, and I think we have a lot of Broncos and Chargers fans out there, I think a lot of people are going to vote KC.
Yeah, lots of KCs in the comments section. So to recap our AFC breakout candidates, we'll go division by division here. In the East, we got Devin Singletary, the Bills running back, Mecole Hardman, the Patriots wide receiver, Sam Darnold for the Jets, and then Mike Gesicki for the Miami Dolphins. In the North,
I got Jaylon Ferguson for the Baltimore Ravens, the fast, speedy John Ross, James Washington, and then Mack Wilson of the Cleveland Browns.
AFC South, Will Fuller. We got Grover Stewart, big fan of him. DJ Chark with the Jags, and then Jonnu Smith with the Titans.
It might be Grover Stewart for Halloween this upcoming year. Let's go to the AFC West, where we got Drew Lock, Mecole Hardman, absolute crazy speed there. Clelin Ferrell, can he bounce back in year 2? And Tillery, also another player looking to bounce back. Those are your AFC West breakout candidates.